Today is going to be one of those episodes that you need to get ready to hit the forward button. My guest today is none other than Bo English. Hi, friends. I'm your host, hip hop engineer, Kay Malcolm. Bo is a senior director and the head of developer relations here at Oracle. In addition to heading up developer relations, Bo is the chair of Opal, an Asian leadership ERG here at Oracle. She's also a self-described wanderer, foodie, and hobby collector. Now, I want to read to you guys an excerpt of what I found out about Bo. Bo is innovative, strategic, and charismatic with a vision for the future. She has achieved what others deem the impossible in order to deliver amazing results. The developer languages she knows are way too numerous to list. Friends, meet my woman crush, Bo English. Bo, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Kay. So nice to be here. I'm so excited to talk to you.
They don't know how crazy we're going to get.
Yes, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so Bo, you just came back from a developer conference in Europe. You recently led and sponsored Pi Day for Oracle in March. You're so busy. Dude, tell me, what is the most exciting project that you've worked on in your new role and why?
Oh, that's a hard one, right? Because developer relations alone is like literally the most interesting thing I've done in my Oracle career here. I've been here 5 years, and this is the thing that I get to do to change the way we talk to developers. Like, who can say that they get to do that? It's an impact that you're making on the entire company and the entire culture. I don't think anyone can actually say that they get to do that except me. So I don't know about you, but I feel really extra special at the moment. And then one of the things that we did was the Red Bull Racing Hackathon in February, which was literally one of my favorite things to do because I got to give back to the student community and the universities, and they got to go on a factory tour of the Red Bull Racing factory in Milton Keynes. Like, I don't know about you, but that was a dream come true going to that factory tour. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so Bo, here's a question for you. And it's this is a touchy topic, but yeah. I want to dig into something that I personally think isn't talked about a lot. And let me give a little bit of background. So Bo recently invited me over for Korean barbecue at her parents' house. Love mom and dad. Now, my husband and I, we overstayed our welcome, but we were having such a good time. We just got to talking. And one of the things that we talked about that night was this myth of the model minority. I just kind of nodded and talked about it and listened. And then I had to go home and do my own research. Here is the definition, and here's what I found. It is based in, of course, stereotypes. It perpetuates a narrative in which Asian American children are whiz kids or the musical geniuses. So this myth characterizes Asian Americans as a polite, law-abiding group who have achieved a higher level of success than the general population. And they're like, and how, right? It's some combination. And guys, we're talking stereotypes here, so don't get me on Twitter. Some combination of innate talent and pull yourselves up by your bootstraps, immigrant striving. Bo, tell me, what is dangerous about treating a diverse population of individuals as a singular group?
Okay, it's wrong because it's a lie, number one. Totally. And number two, you cannot vastly overgeneralize an entire nation of individuals, right? And it's not even just one country, for example. It's Asian. So it's like literally hundreds of countries that we are talking about spread all over the globe. The model minority myth really says that you can keep Asians down and we don't say anything. We will take it, you will give it, and we will not complain about it, right? But that is not the way to treat individuals at all. It doesn't matter who you are. You could be Asian, Black, white, yellow, whatever. I don't care, right? You treat individuals as individuals, right? And as human beings that need and require decency and integrity and, those kinds of things.
Yeah, because it's like, it's humanity.
Exactly. People are people. It doesn't matter what color you are.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was doing some research and it was really interesting to see the impact of the pay disparity and how this myth, right, causes problems. You mentioned that in certain cultures, right, in Asia, that not only are the mother and father taking care of the children, but they're oftentimes also taking care of elderly parents. Talk to me about where and how this myth cracks around things like pay disparities.
Oh yeah. So the model minority myth says that you are taken, you take whatever is given to you and you're grateful for that. And you don't ask for more. You don't ask for more than you think you deserve. And so as a result of that, typically what happens is we don't go asking for promotions. We don't ask for raises. We don't, as this is obviously a vast generalization, but a lot of Asian cultures are very respectful of authority, very respectful of elders. And so they don't generally try or tend to push back on those kinds of things. And so
but they've earned those raises. They've earned
they
those.
have, yeah, absolutely. They have, but they're not great about asking for that. And so what ends up happening is you see a greater pay disparity between Asians or other races when it comes to the professional workplace. And it's because that that culture or that the respect that you have for the elderly or those in positions of authority prevents you from asking for that. And so that is something that we as a group of Asians actually have to do much better at, is being able to represent ourselves in a way that says, I've done this, I'm good at this, and I deserve this, right? And then asking for either that promotion or asking for the raise. Like, I have no problems doing that, but there are a lot of people who
This is why I wanted you to be on the
very
show.
Uncomfortable, right? And it's not just the Asians that are like this. There are plenty of people that I know who are not Asian that are also very uncomfortable. A lot of women are very uncomfortable about asking for this because there's this whole like imposter syndrome, right? That they feel. So they feel very uncomfortable at being able to ask for a promotion or a raise. But if you believe it and you have justification, you should go ask for it. Like, I don't care.
Yes.
Always. Yes, absolutely. Mm-hmm. This is why we make 70 cents to every man's dollar.
Yes.
That's not okay.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not okay. Okay. Yeah. So I want to pivot based on your last statement. Talk to me about, we're talking about promotions. So talk to me about Asian Americans in leadership. Another finding in my research. I recently interviewed Jay, our CIO, another Asian American woman in leadership. What advice can you give to others following in your footsteps? Because I heard you say, ask for the promotion, right?
Right.
If you've earned it and you deserve it, you should go for it. What other advice can you give?
Don't be afraid of your own opinion. Like, that is one of the things that I think holds women back the most, is that when you're in a setting, it's not uncommon at this level for you to be the only female in the room or the only female on the Zoom call, for example. And don't think that what you think, your opinion or your perspective or your thoughts about that particular topic isn't worth it. It doesn't matter. You should just put that out there, and you should continue to push whatever ideas that you have and whatever perspective you have every time, because what is going to eventually happen is that folks in the room, folks in that call are going to say, you know what, that's right. I agree with her. That makes sense. And at some point, you're going to start having that brand where all of a sudden you're the one who is a thought leader. You're the one who is coming up with ideas. You're the one who is a visionary. You're the one who's strategic. And then eventually that promotion comes that much easier. So right now, I will literally be the only woman in a room of 25 men. And that's okay. That is how my career has developed. And I'm okay with that. And I'm also not afraid to push my ideas and my agenda. And if I don't agree with something that somebody says in the room, I'm going to tell them, I don't agree with what you're saying. That is not how I would approach that. And here are the reasons why. I mean, you can't just like, throw them under the bus, but put your perspective out there and justify why those are the right things or not the right things. Yeah.
And what we're doing here, what you and I are doing, is changing that, right? So, yeah, when I'm in those rooms and I'm the only woman on the Zoom and there are 25, 30 other men, yeah, I'm not afraid to share my opinions. And hopefully, with us having these conversations and talking about these topics that are difficult, but they're on the minds of other women, we can get more of us in that room.
Yeah. Just conquer your imposter syndrome feelings and just put it out there. It doesn't matter if you're wrong. The worst that you can be is wrong. That is literally it.
So, okay, so Bo, I want to talk about what you're doing now that, you're on these Zoom calls, and you wrote about your organization's mission, and it's to change the conversation, so impactful, that Oracle has with developers. Tell me, how do you do it?
Oh, there's so many things that we are currently doing in developer relations. I'm just so excited about this because let's be honest, right? Oracle's not been the best when it comes to talking to developers directly about Oracle, their products, their services, what makes them, that differentiating factor. And so what we're going to do is, rather than tell developers what those things are, we're just going to show them.
That's what they want. They want to see it. They don't want.
They do.
Yeah.
They don't want this is not what they want.
Right. I want hands on keyboard.
That's right. Show them what they can actually do with our products and services. So one of the big things that we are doing is technical content that enables developers to get onto OCI. Obviously, with all of the products and services that are already featured and available on OCI as well. So Autonomous, Apex, right? All of those tools and platforms and services are all things we incorporate into technical content, whether it's hands-on labs, whether it's blogs, whether it's, webcasts, whether it's videos, makes no difference. The channel, we are putting it out there, but we're also developing community. That is not something that we've done in the past, where all these developers are hanging around using Oracle products and services, but we've never just basically given them a big giant hug and said, come join our community and learn about us. Let us help you be successful.
A big giant hug. Okay. According to the survey that was done in 2021, right in the middle of the pandemic, this is shocking. Bo, are you ready?
Yeah.
Most software developers are males. Matter of fact.
Yeah, that is not surprising.
Right. Like when I say most, 91.7% of all of the respondents in this survey were male. Female developers, 5% of the respondents. Now, tell me, as a female software developer, what can we do to shift this trend into the right direction?
Oh, if I had the answer for this, I could also end world hunger and, solve the world peace.
Oh, basically. Come on,
Here's the thing, right? There's no right answer. Literally, we have no idea, but there are definitely plenty of women across the globe that is interested in math, science, computer science, you name it.
Yeah.
Basically all of the fields that are dominated by men.
Yes.
And what typically happens, what we find, is that once they start to come into those fields, there is that cultural thing that happens that the women don't feel comfortable in those spaces because they don't feel heard, right? They're usually the only female in the room. There's, those kinds of things that don't allow them to be, to flourish essentially in those areas. So for me, I don't know about you, but it requires a lot of women that have basically that pioneering spirit, like the ones that are going to blaze the trail. Those are the ones that really need to come into tech and help us fix this problem. Exactly. So all of those STEM schools, all of those underrepresented affiliations, all of those places like Girls Who Code, for example, right?
Yes.
Those are ones that we are doing partnerships with in developer relations to try and bring them up. But we need everybody to do that. It can't just be, one part of the organization. All of Oracle needs to do that, but all tech companies need to do that.
Yes.
Need to invest in investing in our younger female students to be able to come into these fields and be comfortable, be successful, and flourish and grow their careers in these spaces. And they just need a place where they can feel and see other people doing exactly the same things that they are doing and being successful at it. And we need to help them with that. There's literally no way around it. And every year, there's less women entering the field of tech. And it's a shame because women and that perspective is incredibly needed in the software industry or in the tech industry. And then without it, we're just going to have a bunch of applications and a bunch of, services and things that just are not aligned to the female perspective. And that's a shame.
And I love Oracle's dedication to being proactive and having this conversation. This show, Lashes.Love.Tech, the lashes,
Yes.
right? The pink in my office, all of that is intentional and on purpose because you don't have to out male the males to do this field. You can actually be your exact person who you are.
That's right.
I like eyelashes. I'm wearing those lashes.
Amen. 100% agree. Yes, because you should never change yourself.
No.
To make yourself more appealing
Right.
to some race of people or group of people that literally that is not what is going to be valuable. Your individual perspective, you as an individual, your background, your context, that is what is most valuable. And so you're the only one that can bring that. You can't try to be like someone else is not helpful. That's not where the value is. Yeah.
So, okay. So there are women who are listening, who are in various stages in their career. There are young girls who are listening, who are like, maybe I will try development. What are some of the ways that they can get started doing development specifically on Oracle's cloud?
We have tech enablement. We have classes. We have free labs. We have live labs, for example, where you can actually get all of those things that you want for free and try those out in your spare time. And literally within half an hour, maybe an hour at the most, you could be up and coding.
Bo, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us today. You, my friend, are making an impact. You're changing the narrative of how women are viewed in software development spaces. You're showing how people of color, all colors, should be treated as individuals rather than as groups. And I'm going to tell you, I'm probably going to call your mom tonight and see when I can come over for dinner and Korean barbecue again.
She asks about you every time I talk to her now.
Friends, what did I tell you? Isn't she fabulous? And you guys, we pull zero punches on this show, and you are always going to be entertained. Do you guys want more? Don't forget to hit the subscribe button because there are a whole bunch of new episodes that we have ready to drop to round out season 1. Now, usually I say, be yourself because everyone else is taken. I've got a new one for you. If you get a no, it means you didn't ask the question in the right way to get the yes. Keep asking. Remember what Bo said. You may get 55 no's. Literally, the only thing you're looking for is that one yes. Be your own advocate. Maintain an authentic brand that is you and you alone. Take care of yourself, friends, and each other. This is Lashes.Love.Tech signing off. Bye, Bo. I'm going to go call your mom.
Thanks. Bye, Kay.
Mwah.